Can you make a judgment on if your defense improved?
Yeah, it improved the first half. We didn't guard as hard the second half, obviously. The first half, I thought we did a pretty good job. We closed lanes better. We got in lanes better. You know, we made it harder for them to find people. I mean, we still do things. They run the same deal and get the same guy open in a corner 4 times in a row. That should never happen. You know, they run a great set and they get it once. And, you know, maybe they get it on you twice, but come on, the 3rd time you don't make a rotation. It's less the 4th time. And we still don't rebound the ball well enough. Too many balls bounce off our hands.
Is it going to help you?
Do some inexcusable things, like you know, not rebound the ball on the foul line. It's inexcusable. When we got 4 in line, they got 2. Those are things I think that we got to keep harping on, keep getting better at.
Is it going to help you against some of the other teams that play all guard forward offenses to have this experience where you're having to play your zones?
How the hell do I know? I don't know. I mean, you would hope so, but I don't know.
Coach, are you happy to see Jawan finally get a 3-pointer?
He was. I think he reads your column religiously.
I wondered who it was.
And, yeah, he was starting to be offended. So, well, Bacon, I sat there before the game, and he made 13 in a row, and he made 17 out of 18, and I quit counting. So, I mean, he's capable. He just said, he told me honestly, he told me before the game, he said, I just want to make one so these people get off my back. I think you were part of those people, maybe.
I've been part of those people.
How's that make you feel?
Depends on the day.
Can we talk a little bit about the running mentality that this team seems to have as compared, I mean, they're pretty much the same people who are running, but as compared to last year, why that has changed so much?
Honestly, because we passed the ball this year. It's a lot easier for guys to run when they think they're going to get the ball because they ran, rather than running down there and standing and some guy dribbling it, you know, shooting it behind the backboard. Those kind of crazy things. Play so much better together. They're so much more unselfish.
Does it, I think it was Aaron said that a big part of it is last year you had people who could run, you had a running mentality, but you had big guys that for whatever reason seemed to want to slow it down. Now you got young good guys who are taking off.
Well, you know, in defense of Dennis, who I think everybody would point at, Dennis ran early and never got the ball. So why would he continue to run? You know, Devin ran today, and I don't think he thought he was going to get him when he makes a great pass to him, and he drops it out of bounds. And he comes back to the bench. He's like, listen, you know, if you want people to throw you the ball, catch it. You know, but I think the reason that we're running better is because guys are running. And we had that mentality a year ago, Bob, and honestly, we'd run the 3-point line. It was like your dog in an invisible fence. You know, just put the brakes on right there, couldn't cross it. Run for threes. How about run to score a layup once? And we never did. You know, they just make them do it in practice in a game and start to get to that 3-point line and stop. And the thing about all those guys stopping couldn't make them either, by the way. And I don't mind Aaron, Terry, and those guys stopping. They can make them.
Oh, that went well tonight. What about the crowd of 4,000?
Crowd probably didn't get enough publicity in Charleston. I don't know, Mitch. You know, I would. You know, I've tried to do everything that I can do to, you know, because it's fun. I mean, it's fun when the students show up. They have great enthusiasm. You know, our students are getting ready to leave. Some of them probably have left, so they're not going to be here. I don't know. I mean, I told our students there. I mean, we honestly we have this notion of what great fans we are. Great fans come all the time. Great fans come see their team, they don't come see the other team. They come see their team. And we do have some great fans, don't get me wrong. We do have some great fans, but we obviously don't have 14,000 of them.
Coach, I mean, you know, Gary seems to be getting back into the swing of things. Terry seems to be getting back. What's this offense? What's the max potential for this offense, and especially, you know, maybe later on in the season, you know, once the opponents start to become a little bit more competitive, what will the offense? What's the potential for the offense in a situation like that?
Well, we've got to continue to work with our bigs. Right? You know, Justin, you've got to be able to have somebody you can throw close to. And we have to continue to work with those guys. And Devin's getting better. His field's getting better. He's not doesn't have his head down trying to score every time he's throwing it out to other guys. Well, we've also got to be able to mismatch like Nate. You know, you play Nate at 3. Sometimes he's going to have a 6'1" guy guarding him. We've got to be able to be smart enough to be able to spread, get him the ball in a mismatch situation. He's also a very good free throw shooter, so he's not a guy that you can foul when he goes down there. I just, you know, we can't go too fast. We can't go too fast and skip over things, and then at the end of the year not get any better. We've got to kind of build it as best we can from the ground up.
Well, they have said all along that you do it, you shoot the ball. But especially in the first half, he filled up the box score line in the first 10 minutes. Is that something you expected from him this early, or is he kind of ahead of the line?
I knew he could shoot the ball. That he shot the ball really well at AU. You know, the pick and pop stuff. Shot it really well. You know, and I've said this a bunch of times. I mean, if I'm Tom Yester, I'm not happy if I'm guarding little guys that get in foul trouble. And they need him in the game. And so, you know, consequently, this is all new for him. And, you know, Nate's a good kid. He's a smart kid. And so he'll continue to get better. He'll continue to figure out how to keep, you know, smaller, quicker guys in front of him. But I don't know, does that answer your question? It's something you can write anyways, even if it doesn't answer your question. I know. I've seen that.
Chicken salad.
I've seen that.
The decisions Juwan is making now, are they any different than the decisions he made last year with the ball, or is it just that guys are playing better around him?
I think we're more spread, Justin, so he's able to do, I think, some more things. I think for one he had for whatever reason, he would beat a guy and then he'd stop and kind of let the guy catch up. You know, he didn't continue to attack the rim. You know, that's something that we talk to him about all the time, is continue to stay aggressive, continue to attack. He feels, I think he's more comfortable with what's going on. He knows more where guys are. I think Tony gave a stat, 31 assists and 4 turnovers or something like that. It's a pretty good point guard.
Bob, some of the things you said about defense and rebounding are virtually identical to what they said back there when we spoke to them. And sounds like that maybe it comes with being a really good offensive team, that you think you've got a greater margin for error because you can score so many points, and maybe things lack in other areas just because of that. Is that like a period of adjustment for you guys because it is so much different than it was last year with just the ease of offense?
We're the worst defensive team in the Big 12 statistically. That's skewed a little bit because we play faster than a lot of people. So, there are going to be more possessions because we're playing a lot faster. But still, I told them to start the year, I think we gave up 68 points a game a year ago. Kansas State gave up 60, which is, right about where we were kind of the years before. They tied for the league championship, and we finished, whatever it was, 7th or 8th, whatever it was. We've got to guard better. Now, that being said, it's not always points per game, because the more possession you have, certainly the more the other team's going to score too. And the more spread you get, probably the higher percent it's going to be. But we can't hold people to whatever it was, 27% in the first half and turn around and give up 55 in the second half. Because we played the same way.
Did Staten do anything tonight that made you say, holy cow, or something like that? I mean,
Not really, Bob, because I've seen it every day. The great thing about wanting to this point is he hasn't changed. He hasn't. He came in with a terrific attitude. He still has a terrific attitude. His work ethic hasn't changed. He's really taken upon himself to know what we want done, to know what the other team wants to do. And the guys that I've had and been like that have been pretty good players. And they're guys you can trust. You don't want to trust guys that don't know what they're doing.